todos. Mi nombre es Fiorella Rojas. Yo soy en representación del área Berlitz Business actualmente. Me está acompañando dentro del webinar nuestra directora corporativa Vanessa Domenac. Y para poder presentar a nuestra ponente y a nuestra especialista, que es Noelia Valdivia. Noelia Valdivia cuenta ya con una experiencia académica en ingeniería de minas, cuenta también con una amplia experiencia en campo de trabajos de mina con compañías que están registradas en IGMET y asimismo cuenta con experiencia en todo lo que es servicios y ocupacional en el sector minero. Entonces, ahora le voy a dar pase a Noelia para que pueda dar un detalle del webinar que vamos a explicar enfocado en lo que es el mining, el sector mining, y vamos a hablar del subsuelo y el suelo.
Ok, gracias, Miranda. Bueno, buenas noches con todos. Si algunos pueden prender sus cámaras, sería bueno para generar cierta interacción, porque vamos a hablar como que de ciertos casos, así que si alguno puede prender su cámara, sería muy bueno. Bueno, ya saben que todo va a ser en inglés, así que we're going to start in this moment. First, good evening to everyone. So, today we're going to talk about two topics, I think, you know, because you must have experience on this. So give me 1 second. Great. Okay, so first we're going to start with surface mining. Okay, so before we start reading this information, so we're going to answer this question, okay? So maybe can somebody help me for this question, please? What are some types of surface mining? Any ideas? Do you know something about this? Maybe you can raise your hand if you want to participate. Or you can tell me in Spanish and I can help you to tell me the same in English. No, nobody wants to participate. Okay, no problem. Okay, well, the first type of surface mining, the most common that you know, is the open pit mining. So maybe in Peru we have different kinds of methods for this. But maybe the most common is the open pit mine, right? So maybe some of you, could you tell me in what mine do you work? What kind of method are you using in the mine where you work? Maybe somebody wants to share some of this information with me. No? Well, I think it could be good if you try to participate, because remember, this is like a class, like a real class. And something important is about participation and trying to share different ideas, in this case about mining. So, okay, first, maybe we're going to read this and then I'm going to ask you some other questions. So, okay, I'm going to request one person to help me reading this information. So maybe then we can discuss about it. Okay, I can see Karina. Good evening, Karina Soto. Hi.
Hi, Noelia.
Okay, Karina. Okay, can you help me reading, please, the first part until coal mine, please?
Yes. Depression Mining Company has a number of mines. Each sale uses the best mining method available. We operate an open pit mine in central Montana. This open cast mine produces copper.
Okay, yes, thank you so much, Karina. Okay, so the first one is the open pit mine. So maybe, let me check. I have Giancarlo Rojas. Maybe could you tell me one example of open pit mine in Peru? I don't know if Giancarlo is there.
Yes, of course. One example could be Cerro Verde mine, if I'm right or not.
Yeah, exactly. And what kind of mineral does Cerro Verde work with?
I guess it's copper, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's copper. Okay. Thank you, Giancarlo. Thank you so much. Okay, so then we have this. We also maintain several coal mines. So, okay, guys, could you give me one example of coal mine in Peru too? Maybe this is not very common, but somebody knows any coal mine in Peru? Or maybe another country. So I'm going to ask any person. I have Fernando Rojas. What about you? Do you know any example of a coal mine? Or maybe, let me check. I have Norma. Hi, Norma. Oh, Fernando, do you want to participate? If you're talking, we don't hear you, Fernando.
We cannot hear you, Fernando.
Yeah, no. Okay, maybe Norma. Can you tell me something about coal mine in Peru?
Hi, my name is Norma. Maybe could be Marsa, I think. It's gold mining
Okay, where is it located?
in the north of Peru, but I don't know exactly what is the unit, the name of the unit.
Mhm. Okay, no problem. Thank you, Norma. Okay,
Okay.
let's continue with the next part. Okay, we have also this. Our miners use mountaintop removal and high wall mining methods. Our MTR sites are in Tennis. In Colorado, we have several granite quarries. And we also run 3 gold placer mines in the same region, primarily relying on dredging. In accordance with environmental regulations, we no longer use hydraulicking. So maybe we're going to discuss about some of these words. Some of these kind of methods maybe are not very common in Peru. In other countries, yes. What do you think about placer mines? Have you ever listened about this? Placer mines? Any ideas about placer
Placer
mines?
mines, it sounds like gold, like a river where you can find gold and the metal. I don't know that I'm sure, but it could be too.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. In the placer mines, especially for rivers, because we use, well, we don't use, but they are talking about seabed deposits. So it's a good example. Thank you. What about quarries, guys? Do you know any example of quarries? Maybe can somebody help me with quarries? Because there is also one method that is called quarrying. So any ideas about quarries? Okay, maybe then we can talk about quarries. And the last one is this. Finally, we own 12 salt mines. For this, we mostly extract the materials with borehole mining and leaching methods. Okay, we also have hydraulicking. I don't know if you have listened about this. And maybe you could tell me some experience about hydraulicking in Peru or maybe in other countries. So I'm going to ask Judy. Good evening, Judy. Or maybe, let me check. I have Jose Sarmiento. Good evening, Jose. Jose?
Everybody. Yes, I'm Jose Sarmiento.
Sorry, we don't hear you very well. I don't know if this is your microphone.
Or maybe the signal is not so good.
Oh, yes, now I can hear you. So could you tell me one example of hydraulicking if you have listened about this method before?
I don't understand
Or
the question.
okay, don't worry. Maybe what about Luis Felipe? Good evening. Hello. Or maybe Lucia, what about you? Have you listened about hydraulicking or borehole mining? Okay, I think no. Okay, look, we're going to continue with the next part that maybe it's really important. And what are the advantages of surface mining? Because we know that in Peru, we have both surface mining and underground mining. And maybe surface mining is almost 50% of the mines that we have in Peru. And I think that maybe most of you work in a surface mining. So let me ask any of you, you're going to tell me in what mine do you work? and maybe what kind of method or mineral does the company work with. So maybe, let me ask another person. We have, one second, Helbert Marin. Hi, Helbert. Or Freddy Ponce. Hello. Maybe I also have Josue. What about you, Josue? I just want you to tell me like some advantages about surface mining that I think you know,
Okay.
and we can share our ideas. Mhm.
Okay.
Thank
Surface mining is a big mining with produce a lot of minerals.
Okay.
In Peru, there are many, no? Antamina, Cerro Verde, el Sauder, ¿no? Concuajone, Toquepala, Las Bambas y Quellaveco, ¿no? Also Quellaveco.
Mhm. Okay, great. Yes, thank you. Okay, so look, I'm going to list here some advantages of surface mining. Thank you, Josue. Okay, maybe the first advantage, tell me, Harold.
An advantage it could be to, I'm not sure, but the security, because in open pit, well, there are not like the same security that you have to be in the underground mining, because in underground mining you can you can see after before you can go into the I'm not sure the ground. You can see if it's security, maybe you can see the left, your right, and
Yeah.
there are a lot of I think objects that you can see before to go in. And the surface mining, it's the opposite, I think. But obviously, you can see um, you're around because you can see a lot of like I know how to say it, gigantes, gigantic,
Yeah, or huge, maybe. You want to say
huge, yeah,
huge? Mhm.
yeah, huge like machines, and it's dangerous too. Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much. Yes, it's true. Maybe if we talk about some advantages, the most important advantage is this, that it's more secure than underground. But one disadvantage that you mentioned is also true, because we know that there have been a lot of accidents about this, and it's according to the huge machines or equipment that the mines use, right? Okay, thank you, Harold. What could be another advantage? Maybe, let me ask another person. Okay, we have Alejandra Manuel. Maybe could you give me another advantage of surface mining? Or one disadvantage if you want?
Sorry. Mm, pues, high production efficient and advantage.
Okay.
Mm, um, mm, disadvantage air and water pollution, or visual impact. I don't know.
No, that's okay. Thank you so much. Air and water pollution. Mhm. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Okay, so look, here we have these pictures. So these are like some examples that we practice here. So then we're going to complete one exercise related to this, okay? So open cast mine or open pit mine, they are the same, and this is the most common one. We also have this quarry, mountaintop removal, like in this example, dredging, that of course you need to use, or it's maybe in the sea. And the last one is hydraulicking, when you use these kind of machines to introduce water. And this is another way to extract the minerals, okay? So according to this, let's complete this exercise. Second, okay, here. A moment. Okay, this one. So we're going to read the definition and you're going to tell me what is the correct answer for each of these. So letter A, again, I'm going to ask one person. So, okay, maybe Karina, can you help me again? Can you read this meaning and what could be the correct answer, correct method in this case? Please.
Hi.
What do you think? Mining by piping water down a vertical hole.
Borehole meaning.
Okay, thank you. Then we're going to check the answers. Thanks, Karina. Okay, Jorge. Good evening, Jorge Barreto. Are you there? Or maybe if there are any volunteers, you can help me to check this.
Sorry, I didn't pay attention. I'm sorry. Can anyone
Okay.
participate? Thanks a lot.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay, maybe I'm going to ask Giancarlo, what about the second, excavating a river or seabed?
Well, I think for the question A, letter B should be dredging.
In letter A?
No, B.
Sorry, excavating a river or seabed, dredging. Okay, thank you. Then we're going to check the answers. We also have Mirta Trevejo. Hello. Could you help us with the next one? Using high pressure water to remove phosphate. Or maybe Harold or Lucia, could you help us with the next one?
And letter E, drilling into the steep wall of quarry. I think is quarry.
Okay, wait a second. Okay, give me a second. Okay, maybe Luis. Hello, Luis. Could you tell me letter C, D, or F?
Good evening. Letter C could be hydraulicking.
Hydraulicking. Okay,
Hydraulic.
thanks. Okay, I have here maybe Jose Dominguez or Luis Felipe. What about letter D or F? An open surface excavation.
Good evening. Letter D could be placer mining.
Placer mining. Okay, so let's check your answer, guys, and then we're going to see the correct ones. Okay, wait a second here. Okay, so the first three are correct. So this one, an open surface excavation for the extraction of materials. What do you think, guys? Laser mining, quarry, or high wall mining?
Quarry.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, the next one says drilling into the steep wall of quarry.
High wall mining.
Okay, and the last one, using water to separate heavy minerals from lighter deposits, is laser mining. Yes, thank you. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to, wait a second here. Let's talk about the next one. Subsurface mining, also called as underground mining. So this is the other kind of mining that we have. And the same. What are some types or some different types of subsurface or underground mining? Do you know any kinds of underground mining? We have 3. So, okay, let me ask any person. Maybe somebody works in an underground mine here in Peru. Okay, let me see. Maybe, 1 second. Brescia? I don't know if Brescia is there. Brescia. Or maybe Giancarlo, could you tell me what are some different types of subsurface mining? I'm sorry, well, I couldn't hear you. Well, okay, so here we have 3 unsupported methods, supported methods, and caving methods. Okay, so we're going to read this. Every subsurface mining method has advantages, but there is no method that is right for every mine. So learn about the advantages of each method, then you can choose the right one. Remember that to choose a correct method, we need to have different factors, economical factors, different parameters, about the rocks, geomechanic parameters, the deep, the dilution. So there are a lot of factors to choose the correct method. Some of them are very useful in some mines that maybe have more budget, but in other kind of mines that maybe are just starting, maybe they prefer supported methods because they don't need a lot of workforce and they don't need a lot of money. So let's read this information. These are the most common methods. The first is room and pillar. And according to this, it does not require a large workforce. So it's something good. But the room and pillar has one important disadvantage. So the disadvantage is that maybe it could be really dangerous because you know that we only trust on the pillar. So we need to make a specific research if we want to choose this one because it could be really dangerous. Then we have for small mines, spring cage stoping. That is a good option. The same, maybe you have listened about this in some mines in Peru that maybe they are not very famous because it's not really common, but it's another one. And if you want to keep the mining costs low, so you can use sub-level stoping, okay? The next one is supported methods. So we have these 3, cut and fill stoping. This is something safe because, you know, you cut one part and then when you continue with these remains, you need to fill this and continue extracting. Then we have square set stoping. That is also a good choice. This is according also to the ore, to the deposit. So according to the kind of deposit that we have, we can choose any of them. And we also have this one that is stall stoping that is possible without too many expensive machines. And the last one is the caving methods. So we have long wall mining. And the last one is block caving. That according to this, it's possible to recover up to 90% of ore. Okay, so there are some mines in Peru that maybe have some of these methods. Maybe somebody wants to share if you work in any mine that is underground mine. Or maybe you only work in surface mining, sorry. Okay, let me ask maybe one person again so you can help us. Okay, I have Luis Felipe. I don't know if you know some information about underground mining.
Sorry, actually not, because I work in open pit mine.
Oh, okay. Well, don't worry. But maybe do you know what could be the most important disadvantage of the underground mining? That is the opposite of the surface mining. What?
Maybe it's the procedures, all the cost, more cost than the open pit mines.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it could be one. Let me see. maybe, I don't know who else is there. Luis or Hadilson, I think. Hello, good evening. Or maybe Juan. Good evening, guys. Okay, well, no problem. But yes, maybe some disadvantages. It could be the cost. Yes, it could also be like one person talk about this, the security, because you know that in surface mining, it's safer than underground mining. So actually, underground mining, it could be really dangerous. But maybe this is the reason that only some people really like work there. And of course, there are many factors in this. So it depends on this. Okay, but maybe then we can discuss some examples about maybe some situations about surface mining and subsurface mining. Okay, so according to this, don't forget we have Roman pillar, shrinkage stopping, sub-level stopping, cut and fill stopping, square set stopping, stall stopping, long wall mining, and block caving. Okay, so let's see here the same another exercise about this. Okay, a second here. Okay, so according to this information that we have read, what is the main purpose of this poster? So any volunteer, please? What is the main purpose of the poster?
I think it's letter B, to compare surface and subsurface mining methods.
Okay, of this poster? Okay, thank you. And maybe to compare surface and subsurface mining methods is the purpose of both posters, right? The last one and this one. But if we talk about just this one, what could be the purpose only of this one? Any other ideas? Just
Oh,
about this
okay.
poster.
So I think it's letter B. D, sorry. Letter B.
Is it just the best mining method of small mines? Okay. Well, they talk about different kind of mine. So actually it's this to describe the advantages of various mining methods. Okay? Because they say that we have here all the advantages, not exactly the disadvantages, but the advantages. Okay, but thank you so much for participating. Okay, the next one says, which method is best for a company that has few workers? So maybe can somebody help?
D.
Sorry, could you repeat?
D. Block caving.
Block caving, few workers. Okay, let's see here. Okay, block caving is possible to recover up to 90% of ore. Okay, but according to this, maybe if we don't need a lot of workers, it could also be Roman pillar. Yes, because according to this, Roman pillar does not require a large workforce. And remember, the workforce is the number of workers that are in the company or in the mine. So this one. Okay, and the last one says, which is true about Roman pillar mining? Exactly. Yes, it does not require extra support. Okay, thank you so much. So let's continue here. Wait a second. Okay, I think this is easy according to what we have read. Okay, so we have unsupported methods, supported methods, and the last one is KV methods. So can you give me, please, which are the unsupported methods, please?
Shrink, cakes, stopping, bird steps, cut off. Ah, pero yo no sé
Okay,
si-
shrinkage stopping. Sorry, continue.
Roman pillar.
Roman pillar, exactly. Something else? Or no more?
Long wall mining.
Wait a second. Okay. The next one, in the case of supported methods, what could be some examples of supported methods?
Cut and fill.
Exactly, can and feel. What else?
Cursor stopping.
Where's that stopping? Something else or no more?
Start stopping.
Exactly. And KB methods. So we have this good, right? Block KB and sub-level sub. Okay, thank you. So, okay, now we're going to practice this activity about recommending the correct method according to the situation. Wait a second here. Okay, so look, we're going to listen to this conversation between an investor and a consultant, and we're going to see what is the best method to use for him or for her. Okay, pay attention, please. Give me 1 second. Okay.
What do you know about room and pillar mining?
It's a fairly popular subsurface method.
What's so great about it?
Well, it doesn't require a lot of workers.
I see. Is it any good for mining coal?
Yes, many companies use the method for mining coal and iron.
What are some of the problems with this method?
Well, it can be dangerous. You have to be very careful when planning the mine.
Okay, so according to this, the man tells the woman the advantages and disadvantages of a mining method.
Yes.
Okay, wait a second. This one. The woman asks about room and pillar mining.
True.
Okay, great. And the man says there are less expensive methods for mining coal. What do you think?
False.
Okay, thanks.
It doesn't mention, I believe.
The man says that they are less expensive. Yes, I think he doesn't mention this, but okay, so look, I think that maybe any of you work in this kind of mines, underground mines, but I suppose that you work in surface mining. So we're going to practice one activity. Let's imagine that you're going to choose one deposit. So maybe you can choose one method for this kind of deposit. Okay, so give me 1 second. Here. So remember that we have this. The most common is open pit, but we have others. So maybe somebody can tell me about your job if you work in an open pit mine and what kind of method are you using there? Is there any volunteer? Or maybe I can ask somebody. Maybe, let me see. I don't know who participated. Okay, maybe Josue. I think Josue is there. Hello, Josue.
This is type of surface mining.
Yeah, my question is, in what mine do you work? And if you work in a surface mining or in an underground mine?
Underground mine.
Oh, okay, great. And what could be some problems that you usually have in your job, in the case underground mining?
I think also the main problem is ventilation.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody talk about this, but yes, it's true. Ventilation is a very important problem. So what do you do, or what does a company do for this problem, for ventilation?
We always take a measure several each month. We take a measure of all the parameters of the ventilation. The velocity, the
Sorry, continue.
caudal.
Okay, don't worry, try to continue.
Of the area. And also we have some of gases.
Maybe some, yeah, it's the same, some dangerous gases, right? And these gases are because of the deposit. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Thank you, Jose. Nobody talk about ventilation, but yeah, it's important. Alejandro Manuel, hello.
Yes.
Maybe can you tell me about your job? Do you work in a surface mine or in an underground mine?
Esa es la pregunta, ¿no? A ver.
Yes, the question is about you. Do you work in a surface mine or in an underground mine? Only.
In my opinion, there are several interesting types of surface, meaning ¿cómo se dice? Such a room and pillar, block caving. Each one use a different way, ¿no? To reach minerals, ¿cómo se dice? Deep underground. I think these methods show how advanced meaning technologies has become. Creo que es todo de la pregunta número uno. And question two, I believe meaning companies use different surface methods because not all mineral deposit. Some are deep, others are shallow or irregular. So each situations need a specific technique. In my opinion, choosing the right methods helps make meaning safer, cheaper. It's all.
Okay, thank you so much. You said a lot. Yeah, it's important. Like you said, if the method is safer, is cheaper, and according to the deposit, this is regular, irregular. It's true. That's important before the company chooses one method, right? Okay, thank you, Alejandro. Francisco, hello, good evening. I don't know if Francisco is there. Or maybe Harold, what about you?
Yes, teacher. What is the question?
Yeah, my
Sorry.
question is maybe in what mine do you work? In a surface mine or in an underground mine?
I work in a surface mining. Well, actually, is I think it's better than my previous experience because I already at the same time I work in an underground mining that is called Corisa. And well, the last one that I stayed there, it was like a fatality. So I got out from that job. Well, next after that I realized that it would be dangerous if I stayed there. So I got a job in another company. And yes, that's why I started to work in
In a
open
surface.
pit. Yes,
Okay, great.
surface.
Okay, thank you so much. So yes, usually in underground mines we have more accidents. Well, in both we have accidents, right? But it's true that it's more dangerous. Okay, okay, guys, maybe you can help me just to finish this in the chat. Maybe not here, but in the chat. So the first part that we discussed today is about surface mining and different methods. So can you send in the chat the different methods that we talk about today? The first one is surface mining, please. Surface mining. Just to check if you remember any method. The most common open pit, but maybe you could send something else in the chat. Or maybe you can turn on your microphone and tell me. Surface mining. So could you give me some examples of methods of surface mining?
Cooper?
Yeah, exactly. But what is the method that we can use? Remember we have, okay, open pit. Thank you, Josue. What else, guys? What was another one? Open pit is the most common. Remember that we had some related to water. What was the name of this kind of method? Drilling. Okay, Jose. Yeah, drilling is also in the open pit. It's like one technique that they use, but it's true. Okay, what else? Something
Laser?
else?
Laser water?
Thank you. Yes, placer mines. Wait a moment. Placer mines. Thank you. Remember the ones that use water? What was the name of this one?
Dredging.
Okay, Jose, you're a driller. Exactly. Thank you, Luis. I'm going to send the chat to dredging. Okay, Jose, you're a driller, so quarries. Thanks, Jose. Quarries too. Okay, something else? Or no more?
Hydric?
Maybe you're talking about high wall or long wall? Maybe this one. Okay, 1 second. Okay, the most common we know that is open pit. In the case of underground, we have more. So wait a second. What about underground? So the same. Could you participate and say in the chat some different methods that we have in underground? I think we have more than in surface. So please, could you say in the chat or just participate? Okay, Josue, thank you. Block caving, sorry. Cut and fill and stopping. Okay, what else? We have more actually. Remember we have supported, unsupported, shrinkage. Okay, Harold, thank you. Shrinkage. Sub-level stopping, Roman pillars. Great. Something else? Let me see, kind of feel, sub-level stopping, shrink. Remember that we had some that are about caving. Well, one is block caving, but there is another one. Square sets. Okay, thanks, Jose. Okay, guys, thank you so much for your participations. So I don't know if maybe Fiorella, you can help me with some questions.
Yeah. Muchas gracias por la participación. Pues quería que vivan este tipo de experiencia que nosotros tenemos actualmente dentro del sector del rubro minero. Nosotros a nivel global estamos catalogados como una multinacional que brinda soluciones a distintas compañías y a distintos sectores. Dentro de nuestro portafolio tenemos este programa que está perfilado para el sector minero, ya que hoy en día las inversiones del extranjero dominamos tanto inglés, por ahí algunos dominan otro tipo de idioma, japonés, brasilero, pero la idea es no solamente tener un conocimiento del idioma plano, algo pasivo, sino que nosotros tengamos un performance correcto, un performance donde ustedes se puedan comunicar y fluir. Si bien es cierto, podemos conocer los tópicos técnicos como ingenieros que somos, pero a la hora de podernos comunicar y expresar, hablar sobre las estadísticas o como hacer ejercicios en sitio, nos cuesta, entonces ahí es donde nosotros entramos en el campo, ¿no? Para poderlos ayudar a cerrar ese tipo de brechas y sean actualmente profesionales con ese performance correcto que el sector minero lo necesita, ¿no? Esto es un programa de nivel, en realidad. Al área corporativa lo brindamos a distintas compañías. Si ustedes, por ejemplo, son un nivel 5, que para nivel Berlitz es un nivel intermedio, nosotros podemos personalizar un nivel 5 de intermedio con enfoque de minas. O sea, vemos un tópico, un temario minero y vamos avanzando nivel a nivel en el performance. Asimismo, también tenemos ciertas soluciones de club conversacionales para las compañías mineras donde ya tienen a un grupo de personas que tienen un nivel de inglés intermedio alto, fluido, pero necesitan tener ese contacto de mantenimiento de fluidez. Es ahí donde nosotros ingresamos en ese campo, ¿no? En unos club conversacionales para poderlos ayudar. No sé si ustedes tienen alguna consulta, quisiera escuchar sus opiniones, cómo les gustó esta interacción de clase. Ya vieron que es inmersivo en el idioma inglés. Así como lo hacemos en inglés, hacemos con todos los tipos de idiomas y nos gustaría escuchar si les agradó, es algo innovador para ustedes. Sé que al inicio a veces es algo complejo porque es tener el tema de participar y romper esa barrera, pero es la idea de nosotros. Nosotros tenemos que ponernos en una posición que estamos hablando con una persona que domina a nivel nativo el inglés y tenemos que fluir, independientemente sea norteamericano como tal, puede ser que sea un sudafricano con nivel de inglés nativo y tenemos que fluir, ¿no? Me gustaría ver si alguno tiene alguna opinión, poderlos escuchar o si tuvieran alguna consulta para poderlos ayudar. Entonces les agradezco por su tiempo, pero antes que se puedan retirar, yo les voy a dejar por aquí mis datos de contacto, mi correo electrónico, me van a avisar si pueden ver la pantalla. ¿Ya la pueden ver? Sí, está mi nombre completo, soy Fiorella Rojas, mi correo electrónico es fiorella.rojas@berlitz.com.pe y les dejo mi número de contacto que es el 950-843-960. Con gusto los voy a atender para cualquier tipo de requerimiento o consultas que tenga para poderlos ayudar. ¿Sí? Listo, chicos. Entonces, muchas gracias por esta asistencia que han tenido en el webinar y esperamos verlos en un segundo webinar que vamos a tener muy pronto y lo vamos a estar comunicando en las redes sociales para que se puedan inscribir. Esto es a modo gratuito, pero en caso ustedes ya requieran un tipo de capacitación a medida con nosotros, con gusto podríamos atenderlo.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias, que tengan buenas noches.
Gracias a todos.
Muchas
Buenas noches. Los
gracias.
esperamos.
Gracias.
Buenas noches.
Gracias.